Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we are having a talk with Vankohl from Vankohl 40, or more known as Mkohl 40. He is a Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber, a vendor slash store. I think he's mostly known for market watches in both games, but of course on the Vanguard side he also does this playtesting with his friends. So what's up, Robbie?
How you doing, Solemn?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just got told we wanted to talk about some Vanguard today, so I figured I'd come and say hi.
Yep. Yeah, so I saw we both covered the Bermuda crash, as I called it. Some people got a bit mad, but others understood, like, damn, these prices are crazy. So what's your take on that?
I am very happy to see that Bermuda's affordable for everybody. I think everybody's kind of looking at this crash as, oh no, my card prices, but, like, affordable cards means that more players can get the chance to play the game, right?
Yep.
Especially considering Rivieres recently started going back up and fluctuating a little bit. We don't even want to talk about colorful pastel cards. All right, that's an insane market. So,
oh, what did they do?
They've been nutty in prices. If you ever get a chance to go look at colorful pastels, it's like riding a roller coaster that you can't get off of. All of a sudden, some of them are $25 one week, they're $15 the next, they're $30 the next. All right, like the colorful pastel market does not stop.
That's insane. I haven't kept up.
It actually is. Oh, you think that's bad? You should see the Highlander cards. Aneska, $70, by the way, for a one-of.
What the
Think
hell?
about that. Yes.
Is it for like the base rarity or the higher one?
Yes, base rarity. I had two extras. I saw them go up. I was like, you know what? The other one's $99. I'll toss it up at $70. No one's gonna buy that, right? Sold them within 2 hours of being up. I'm like,
what the hell? I have that card. Let's go.
Yeah, go sell it. Make some free money.
But what if I want to build Highlander though?
Or do you want $70?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh investing money right there, Sol.
That's true. That's true. I mean, $70. What does that even buy you in vintage? You'd have to go to Raw. That's kind of sad.
Ooh, I mean, hey, PSA it yourself.
Yeah, I will. 100%. Like every month I send stuff off. But maybe that's better for a Yu-Gi-Oh video. People, go check out Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh. Subscribe. Go subscribe to Mkohl 40 if you're into finance stuff as well.
Me and Solemn have a collab up by this point in time too, so that's something that you guys can go listen to.
True. So yeah, I'm aware that with this whole, you know, reboot to, or whatever people wanna call it.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, exactly. That's probably a big reason as to why Twinkle Melody did so bad. I mean, bad. So far the prices are just cheap, so if people want to build decks, that's awesome. I bought like 8 SPs for $4. I'm like, okay, free cards, why not?
They seem to like to do this to the last Bermuda sets. I don't know if you noticed, that's like every 3 Bermuda sets, we're going to shoot ourselves in the leg. It's like, pff, nobody wants this.
But there's some good cards though. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I assume that you had some Twinkle Melody, or did you buy it from people like selling?
We just bought a master play set. So some sets I don't touch with a 10-foot pole. This was one of them. Interesting fun fact though, not like Twinkle Melody related, but with a previous Bermuda set. So during the G era reboot for V, boxes from Distro were on fire sale for $10 a box for G era. Now think about, now that's just a vendor going, we got to get rid of it, like it's just sitting here. So think about the sheer amount of plus that you can get, you know, 6 months after the reboots happen. Bermuda's running around and these SPs are going to the moon. You know what I mean? So sometimes sometimes it's interesting to see like fire sales and stuff like that. It's already kind of starting to happen right now with V-Series. Like these boxes are crashing in value right now. Everybody's like, I don't want to touch these. And it's like, no, get them, hold them. I still have like, I think 6 cases of Zoo in my living room that I got at $8 a box from a distro, just fire selling it.
Whoa,
someday it'll be worth it. That is
crazy. Like, I remember in the first reboot, I bought like max rarity Luard for I think $100. Like everything, Belial Owls, Ezra's, $15, SP Dragfall Luards, like everything. People were going crazy. Oh, it's so expensive and everything's like. No, like, just time your purchases. It's absolutely like a grade 3 Searcher SP should not be $4.
Well, we already saw that, going a little bit further down the market here, we already saw that the Great Nature set. I know you love Great Nature, but it was one of the worst sets of the year for product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, I'm already seeing like these dollar SPs and stuff, and like people are already fire selling this, but it's like the stuff is already cheap. You can't be too mad at this already. Like, you know what you're getting yourself into. But honestly, if investment opportunity, like if you want to play Aquaforce right now, Lambroses are like $250, Thavises are $3. Like if you want to adjust standard into, you know, with a G zone, you're not even looking at real money at this point in time. If you want to go play premium right now too, Hyugas are 99 cents.
Really?
Think about that. Yes.
Dude, I have not kept up. Holy hell.
Yeah. Oh god, I've been watching prices. I've been watching Vanquishers trickle down from the 28 mark to the 24 mark. Luards are down to about, they've lost like $1.50 so far. It's not a lot. I watched the death of Cosmo Wreath. Cosmo Wreath was $9 at the beginning of the week. They're down to $4. Tell me that that's not supposed to happen, by the way.
Holy fuck. I mean, it is what it is. I also bought my Great Nature piece for dirt cheap, and I'm like, dude, this, like, Isabelle is the better premium deck, and I bought the Isabelle piece for literal dollars. I'm like, dude, what's happening?
Well, this is like the tie-in to, like, you've seen me going, hey, I'm buying this week.
Yes.
So I've angered a couple people because, you know, you start with your percentile. I usually buy at 58%. Like that's my go-to price point. So when you're at 9 Luard decks and 8 Vanquisher decks at that point in time, you're not going to be paying 58% at that point because each one of those decks has 4 of each card. Right? So the number starts going down. So when the 12th, 11th, 13th person comes to me and going, hey, buy my Luard stuff, I'm like, I can't pay good on this. What am I supposed to do with, you know, 40 domains I've already got? Like, chill. Other people are buying. I'm just giving you a number. You can say no to it, but don't get mad offended when it's like, oh no, you're trying to rip me. It's like, no, I'm just giving you a number. You say yes or no. I took my time to add your stuff. Patience.
It's also because market price on TCG Player doesn't actually update quickly. So when people say, oh, I want TCG Market, it's like, dude, everything's crashing, but the TCG Player market price doesn't show that yet.
Oh, Solemn, you gave me a great example for this video, actually. So you said you haven't kept up with prices, right?
Yeah.
Nor has half of the other market. So I've talked to a few people this week, and they're like, oh, I priced my stuff 2 weeks ago, it was worth $1,800 then. I'm like, come back to me and go reprice it. Guy comes back, his binder's worth $1,100 at that point. All right, now once again though, this is everybody just trying to fire sell. It's not a bad thing. It's people need to be patient. You know, V series bunny ears. Everybody's like, oh my god, the format's dead. I talked to a gentleman this week and he was like, my local said V format's dead. They're not buying it. I'm like, why would they do that? Either they're just trying to like con you for free product, or they don't have any faith in the format. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, V format's fine.
So I do think there's a valid concern in Bushiroad's like ability to support 3 formats, but even if V were to someday not do well, Premium also still exists. Like, I think it's just a trust in eternal formats that the Vanguard market hasn't warmed up to yet. Like, they're still in this mindset of, oh, it's standard only, but it's like other card games have already, you know, gotten interested more in eternal formats and respect that idea to a point where prices are way more stable. And I think as the Vanguard market matures, like, eternal staples will no longer see these wild fluctuations. But that's just like...
Unless you're a Zero Dragon.
Yeah, yes, unless you are a Zero of Dragon. But I feel like, what if they reprint Zero of Dragons as like a box stopper? I feel like...
They need to.
Yeah, and I don't think that's like bad, right? Like, if you're, let's say it's a common, you know, a common Zero of Dragon, no full art, so you have a playable version, and then, you know, people still have their max rarity. I'm still not going to start selling my Zero full art beauties for a stupid ass common, but at least other people will get their commons. So I think that would be pretty cool. Like, they already said they have a premium product coming, right? So it's very possible that they'll...
It's probably going to be reprints, the way I'm assuming at this point in time, because we need some key reprints.
I don't think it's just need. I just think that since it's English only, it's likely that it's reprints.
Oh, exactly. And typically, if you look back at the last reprint set, it started off horrible. But now you see these, like, what, Stillwaters are like, I don't know, what is it, $8 and $9 from that set? Maybe a little bit more. I don't remember off the top of my head. Like, that product looks so bad on paper, but those full arts have just gained so much value over time. It's insane.
I mean, reprint sets are always shit at first, though, right? Like, remember Festival Collection? Like,
everything with the Vanguard market is shit first. Let's be honest here, all right? Like, you look at beginning prices and you're like, wait a minute, this is gonna go lower. And then like, what is it? A year afterwards, you're like, oh, I can't find this anymore.
It's also because Bushiroad literally doesn't have any reprint policy whatsoever. And not just like from reprinting a new product, but they also don't have any unlimited or anything. Like they literally have, oh, distributors want this amount, we print this. Everything is basically first edition, and then they never touch it again. So,
isn't it great being a Pale Moon player and knowing you can never afford purple trapezes?
That sucks. They should really just... Honestly, like, you have these premium shop leagues or Springfest, whatever the hell, they should literally just give Purple Trapezist as the participation card. It'll be so much 100%. Better than the other crap, like, holy hell.
So, I mean, we're still missing G-Guards that we don't even have yet, like the little bear drum for Gear Chronicle.
Oh yeah, and Symbol Monkey for Great Nature. I don't know if anyone cares, but...
I mean, options are options. We take them where we get them.
Yeah, so the funny thing about Symbol Monkey is actually... so you know it's a meme, right? If people don't know, Symbol Monkey decreases your opponent's rearguard's power, but also your own Vanguards. So you think, oh, you break even. No, 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 no. By putting your Vanguard so low, the Murakumo Infinite Loop now hits you with the 9k, meaning the Infinite Loop in Murakumo literally falls apart the second you use a Symbol Monkey in Great Nature. So I literally wanted it for that reason. If Muraloop is ever good, Symbol Monkey is an automatic addition to the Great Nature deck.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yo, but on the topic of V-Series though, okay, so they effectively fixed the problem with the format by slowing down the power creep. By releasing the 2 sets a year, it gives them more windows to create fairer cards, I would say. It also creates value for the cards that are already present. You know, triggers, by the way, because I have a feeling they're not going to reprint triggers for that. And the biggest thing that we get with V Premium is we get premium support out of that. Now, everybody's like, oh my god, like, V-Series is going to die. No, continue to support that. I want more gifts for premium. I
don't like gifts, but I feel you. The thing is, I don't want V Collection to stop, because it is just, to me, it's just premium support. Like, even Clan Selection to me is premium support. There almost nothing out of that set is any relevant in V, but there's like a few gems purely for premium, so I'm like, go ahead, keep supporting that. My only fear would be like, if you only have support twice a year, don't you get extremely bored though? Like 5 months or 6 months of no changes whatsoever? I don't know. Like, remember Astral Force meta? Astral Force meta lasted 2 months, and everyone was like, wow, I'm so bored, we're not getting new cards. Can you imagine times 3?
But you bring that up like you're a premium player, and you know how stale premium can get at some points, too.
Less so, but I feel you. Like, sometimes you'll have a set where only like 1 or 2 cards are super major, but other times you'll have sets where like an entire new archetype is introduced.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, what was it? The set before we got the Astral Infinite Loop. Like, but that format a little bit was kind of dry for premium a little bit, because it'd been what, like 6-8 months since premium collection at that point.
Which set was that? Like, just so I know the
I don't even remember. So
before Astral, so you mean the Revlon Vanquisher Claret Sword set? That one?
Yeah, well, maybe.
Because like that introduced so much Luart stuff that I don't think like that's a proper... Astral Force would be a better example, I think. Because that...
I'm thinking probably Astral Force. Whatever the set was, actually, I think we're talking about like the Malik Melik set here, actually.
That's Astral Force, right?
I think so. All I know is like Chronotooth came out, like Gear Chronicle kind of like smiled a little bit.
Yeah, that's the most boring set in Vanguard history, in my opinion. Actually, it's pretty close, but just from this does very little to the format, both standard and premium, and then we also had like multiple months of nothing because of COVID. It was like,
yeah. And then we find, it was also really boring around the time of Tri 3 coming out too. That was a dry time.
Yes, I agree, but that also was probably because of COVID. I don't know.
Yeah, it was because of the Rona.
Yeah, the next stage, like, I didn't really care much. It did put some cool premium stuff or like Gear Chronicle in there, that's cool. But I guess Asha and Altmile really were like, eh. like
Hey,
missed
does this
opportunities.
mean that we can get? Does this mean with the V series? I mean, besides different fight, you know, holding his honky Dory boner for you know, Die Kaiser and friends. You know, can we get like Chrono Dragon Z and like remakes of those?
Maybe in a V collection. That would actually be interesting if that's like a ZTB. Suddenly you get like even more premium stuff with ZTB.
I don't know if you noticed, but it really feels like the end of that era. Like ZTB is just done. Like everything else kind of has gotten support at this point, but they just kind of were like, nah, ZTB gets nothing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But I mean, there's so many archetypes they've kind of forgotten. Like, if you look at Revengers, I know we got support in V, but all those cards did nothing like Revengery. It was just Blaster Dark support. So
that reminds me of Aquaforce for premium. Like, besides like the new Stride, everything else feels like it just doesn't want to work with old stuff. You know?
I kind of agree. It's weird because I agree until Genbolt came out, because Genbolt started blending like your old Saberflow Tidal Assault kind of bullshit, and then blended it with the resting and plussing from Revan. But before that, I agree, like nothing worked together.
I almost want to say D-Police a little bit too, because they made Daiusha so restricted to be the grade 3 Vanguard for the reride. I was like, you know, you could have left that be fine.
Yeah. I agree, but luckily they have Dieliner. What's up with Asha?
Asha for the premium support for you can't do it while your opponent's a grade 2, but then Mr. Hyuga can do it while they're at 2, while you're at 2.
Yeah, that's
talk about card balancing, by the way.
Dude, they should just. I hate New Adayo. New Adayo is like Katrina to me. It's like super simple, sometimes degenerate, not best deck, but still annoying. It's like,
let's give the new designer guy some time. I have a feeling they'll probably clean up premium at some point. I do think at this point in time, the reason why we probably don't have anything premium announced is because, so he just transitioned into the company, right? He's probably been there for a little while. They probably just made it public recently. With that being said, so he's got to look at D, and then he's got to clean up the mess that's V standard. I would say give him probably another 6 months probably before he starts understanding the cesspool that's premium, and then we could probably start to clean up premium problems in probably a year or so.
I mean, I don't think it'll take a year because we've already been talking. I haven't told this to anyone, but we've already been talking. I also like email Bushroad SCA every month or so, like, here's the things you should fix. And I'm sure like sometimes they straight up ignore it, but other times they're like, thank you, oh, could you send us this or that? So like with Zan, they were super quick. I think it's also because of like the Twitter barrage that they got about Suzanne.
The biggest concern that's still like looming in that realm though is Ultima versus every overtrigger in existence.
I don't fear for that, because think about this. If let's say all the relevant decks that run Ultima, right? If a Luard is at a point where they can Ultima, they're also at a point where they can do their second Morfessa turn, so you're dead.
Well, you also have to assume you haven't got to the overtrigger by that stage in the game either.
Yeah, but like, and let's say you're Angel Feather, you get to Ultima, you can do your loop shit, they're already dead. If you're Gold Paladin, you get to Ultima, you can do Providence Angel Ultima, they're already dead. So to me, like the people who are super afraid of overtriggers with Ultima don't understand that in Premium, if you reach Ultima, you're already winning. It doesn't matter that you have like 60,000 power without Sentinels or 100 million power. People aren't guarding that stuff. So
exactly.
I don't know, I wouldn't be super afraid, but who knows, right? Maybe there's some zero damage kind of Ultima deck that pops up with an over trigger that automatically wins you the game or something crazy.
Man, I'm really mad at you there. You missed a plug for zero damage playmats, by the way.
But I'm not a shill, you know.
I was like, oh man, he's setting up for this awesome playmat reveal. Just nothing.
Nope, nah, I don't need to. I think people are well aware. Like, my hat is always saying it, so I'm like always kind of shilling, you know.
That's fair. I don't know. Ban new Dio, by the way. If we could clean up the three little loops, like what, Transem, Kagura, Valkyria, and Restand, and the new Dio, I think Premium would be a much happier place. Granted, you know, things are all right there.
Yeah, I think the format is like pretty good, but I would say you want to hit those 4 decks, and then it's probably like the best Premium format. Would it be? I don't know. I think it would be close to the best Premium we've ever had. Yeah, of course. Like, I'm sure overdress, there will be some nation card where you're like, why did they print that? And then we'll get some funny clown stuff. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I don't think there's like anything wrong. I don't know. I still doubt like tournament support for the 3. Like, it's not about product support. I want V collections to keep on coming, but I don't know how they'll do 3 formats on a weekend. How do you feel about that one, actually?
Oh, it'll be easy. They'll do D on Saturday with Weiss, and then Sunday will be V Premium and Premium.
Yeah, but then you basically have 2 like big locals, and you get top 8 for that, and you get Worlds qualification for that, and you will have Premium players going, oh, no, you should play Premium, not V Premium. V Premium players will go, oh, no, you should play V Premium, not Premium. And it'll forever just be this back and forth of the formats trying to steal from each other, and both formats having tiny fucking tournaments. Like, I don't know about that.
Sometimes jokels are fun, alright?
They're fun, but they're not like as big of a competitive incentive, I feel. I don't know how they... Like, I have no fix. Basically,
there is no fix. Just, if we get 3 events, that means more participants can go to Japan. That means, hey, think about this, more participation items, though, that can be available to the community. All right?
But does that matter? Like, do people actually look forward to, like, a cheap
If they learn and they start reprinting cards for participation, like Purple Trapezes, we're getting somewhere. All right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right? Like, they gave us gift markers. Why can't you print 1 card for premium? You know?
That's true, because fuck these gift markers, man. Like, when I had a pile, I was like, you know what, you can have one, you can have one, you can all have one. Like, I didn't give a fuck about these.
let's be honest, though. It's going to cost them less to print a common Purple Trapezes than a shiny gift marker.
What about a shiny Purple Trapezes, though?
Ooh. You're asking for too much, all right? I figured they would have printed the Symbol Monkey and the what's it called is like shop promos or participate something at this point in time. Bushiroad's like, you guys need those? What do you mean?
Here's a Link Joker promo that no one plays.
I look at Bushiroad as a company, and I'm like, you listen to us, you know what we're talking about, but you're just so boomer you fucking forget.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure like they have to balance 2 things, right? There's people saying, oh, we never get the Japanese promos, so then they are like, okay, fine, we'll print these never play Japanese promos. And then there's people like us who go, oh, give us some reprint, and they'll go, so they don't know what to do.
Or you know what? If Bushiroad was smart enough here, now let me blow your mind for a second here, they could just print V Collection and Premium Collection in the same fucking booster set. And then be like, cards 1 through 30 are for premium. Cards 31 through 60 are for V premium. I don't know why they never did that.
Isn't that super confusing? Because, like, even now you have people who ask, like, oh, but can I play the overdress in the V premium? Can I play this and that? And now you're saying, like, oh, yeah, half the set
just put the little symbol at the bottom. The V, the D, like...
I guess they really... yeah.
I just got to look at it from a standpoint from like a company, like you want to be cost effective in a way that you can manage all resources, I would feel, and like cost effectiveness for producing a premium only set isn't necessarily the best.
Yeah,
you know
I feel you.
And you also have to remember, you know, like Japan's all gung ho for, you know, V. The West is like, yeah, ho, premium. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, I don't know how they're gonna balance that. Like, I really feel like we're gonna have this divide where the West is like 70% premium, 30% V premium, and then Japan will be completely flipped. And it's like, how do you structure your tournaments and your releases around that, right? Because imagine if one day our worlds actually like go together, which is something Different Fight has brought up a few times, and which I think is interesting, because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Also has their worlds together. I think Pokemon has their worlds together. Magic has their worlds together. So they do, right? I think Magic has their... whatever. But so. Like, it's very like weird how our worlds are still split. But if your player bases like play entirely different formats, or like a big portion of them do, how are you going to do that? Because imagine premium... Worlds 2023, because I don't know if 2022 will even have one, but 2023 Worlds Premium, and it's come together. Will there be like 80% Western people, 20% Japanese people, because it's not as popular? And what about V Premium? Like, I don't know. I think that's an interesting one.
I think combining them together is not that ineffective. Like, yeah, I understand, like, the shift in momentum, like, the premium players there might not be as versed in the metagame, but I don't see an issue with it. You just have to remember when you're creating that, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Does, they have a special ban list for it, because, you know, certain sets and stuff, because Japan's usually ahead of us. And it's not like, at this point in time, we have any English exclusives, but designing stuff like that wouldn't be that hard. And I mean, Bushiroad USA already is aware that we do push premium more here, so they're already aware of the divide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in the product schedule, right? The fact that we have a premium product in Japan doesn't, like, shows that they're aware of it.
Speaking of, how's, you know, I would buy that Bang Dream set if we had a G-Zone, by the way. I'm just saying.
I didn't follow Bang Dream. I really wonder what that's gonna do, because it's technically V, right? And
it's going to be one of the worst sets in Vanguard history in America selling, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess, like, every vendor I've spoken to is like, yeah, I'm not touching that. But the thing is, if no one's touching it, how many, like, staples of that clan for, like, actual Bang Dream fans will actually go up, because there's so few selling?
Ideal will get it in and sell out of it like usual.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing shit, but interesting stuff.
Hey man, I'm just telling you, if they want to sell the product, print a G-Zone for it, everybody over here in premium will be like, "Ooh, piece of candy," and they'll run to it. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's so weird though, like printing a G-Zone out of nowhere for this new clan.
It's not that hard. Bushiroad knows what they're doing. They could easily do it.
Does Bang Dream have vanillas?
No, they don't, actually.
Damn.
Actually, I think they might have. They have vanilla triggers, obviously, but
yeah, but that's not enough. I was thinking, like, make a Bang Dream Cyclone deck and go off.
I did that with Token Rambu, and that was the funnest crap ever.
Yeah, it actually topped Vision, right? I don't know if you saw that.
It would have been. I haven't seen off of the most recent list.
Yeah, it was the most recent one. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh god, I love Vanguard.
Either way, we are running, whoa, almost 30 minutes already. Do you have any closing ideas? Anything you want to shout out, you know, anything?
I'm happy with how Vanguard's going right now. If you're trying to fire sell because you're freaking out, don't be crazy, all right? Calm down.
You'll make Robbie rich.
Yes, basically. I understand that people want to fire sell. If you don't like if you come to me, you want me to buy your stuff, and you don't like the number, there are plenty of other people buying right now. All right, Team Gradelock is one of them. Just reach out to them. Don't be ugh. But overall, I'm happy with how Vanguard's going right now. The reboot, 3 formats isn't a bad thing. People are just freaking out for no reason. Be patient. Yeah, I understand there's fatigue in one format, like Solemn brought up, but okay, so you don't want to play that format. Go play D or go play Premium for a little while. I think the 3 system's best designed with the idea of, alright, so one format doesn't have support right now. We can go play the other 2 casually or have fun. But that's in a perfect world. Unfortunately, Vanguard players don't like that.
Yeah, MTG does this very well as well. Like, I mean, I think their, like, support of all the formats is pretty shit, but whenever Standard gets rough, people go to Commander. Commander gets rough, they go to something else. And, like, they get to jump. Yeah, so thank you so much for being on. People can go follow mkohl40 or Vankohl40 and go sell their stuff if they're interested in that.
We're the worst playtesting channel on the internet, according to my subscribers, but we're like the most consistent premium one out there. So sometimes we can't read cards. It'd be
all
like
right.
that.
Like, and I will see you soon. Ciao.
Ciao.